Yo, what's up everyone? Doc Testosterone here with a really good friend of mine, Sazim from Kazakhstan. She is the first member from Kazakhstan on this channel. So first of all, I would like to thank you for being with us. You guys will learn so much from her. I've only been her friend for 2 days now, and I feel like I know everything about her. And I'm getting a lot of insights from her because she's had experiences in her life that a lot of people haven't had the privilege of having. So she's here today to talk about something that I haven't even told her. Okay, so a lot of the times people, I meet people, I become their friends, and I ask them things that they don't even expect. So today's topic is gonna be, how are men different in the East and the West?
Ah, very interesting topic.
That is the topic, and
think about it.
so we'll keep the camera here for a bit. So the first question is, so in the West, there is a certain vibration that men have, right? A lot of them are kind of whipped by their wives. They're kind of, the wives are dominating them. I see in Forever 21, men are just waiting for their wives to finish, shopping. And a lot of them are very beta. They're very submissive. They're kind of, the girl just like runs the household. A lot of that happens in the West. And a lot of men who watch this, a lot of guys that watch this, they want to become more confident. They want to have more motivation to be more manly, right? So my question to you is, being in Kazakhstan and then being in Manhattan, being here in Miami, how do you see men differently in these two cultures?
Well, first of all, in Kazakhstan, in my country, are all these countries that used to be a part of the Soviet Union. The woman doesn't. Sorry for my English because I'm self-taught all these years. And
She's
I
great.
Went to school.
Okay.
So actually, men dominate because of this cultural ideas of woman has to be home, she has to cook, she has to take care of the babies, and a man makes money and he's the man. So growing up, I've seen many times when men would beat the woman. Even in some of my aunts and uncles, I've seen that. It's really terrifying view.
Okay.
And I was wondering.
A little bit here. Keep going. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking.
And
all right. Ooh, look at you. You look so much better now, don't you?
So for me, I was very observant, and I never liked the idea. And growing up, when we were in high school and you start dating guys, and the guys.
Wait, you're allowed to date guys in high school there?
Of course, it's like a modern society, but very in a box. So you have boundaries, you have limits that you cannot step out, but it's like open, but it's not open.
I see. Well, so when Borat says that women are, the thing, in Borat he's like men and then cockroach and then women at the very bottom. Is that how the society is there?
Okay. So first of all, Borat is. In that movie, it has
nice.
It has nothing to do with Kazakhstan besides the name of a Kazakhstan. The president he shows at the end, the land he shows it's not a Kazakhstan.
Okay.
There's nothing about Kazakhstan.
Good to know.
I never watched a Borat, but this is what I heard from the people. So growing up, start dating, and so guys they have more freedom to do things, to drink, to date girls, have sex. It's okay. But when it comes to doing it for girl, everybody hates it. The family starts judging you, guys will judge you, they don't even look at you as a person who has its own freedom, own choice of.
Do you think that's different from here though? From the West? Because I mean, a lot of women get shamed for being just like men, right? A lot of women, they want to have sex with different guys, which is totally fine, but then they get called sluts and hoes and stuff. You know, it's called slut shaming, which is totally horrible because the word slut is a really bad thing, right? Because a lot of women, they want to have different experiences, but then they try to hide what their freedom is allowing them to do because they don't want to be called sluts. So that's happening here too. So how is it different there? Yeah.
You know, I think difference is the girls there, they are so thought that you need to be this way that they truly believe in it. So they're happy with it.
Okay. So they truly believe that they need to be conservative?
Yes. That they need to have one husband, have a kid, that being a mother is very sacred, which is beautiful. And as long as they are happy with that, it's great, it's amazing. But there's a few people who are not happy with it. Like, I won't say it's fine for me, but I was more interested about other things in life, discovering, learning, traveling.
Right.
You know, going deeper to the to this humanity, about the earth and bigger things.
So that's why you are so independent. That's why you were able to travel, get out of your comfort zone, and now you are trying to help other girls and guys to get to their dreams. Let me ask you something. Let's walk a little bit here. Speaking of sex, right? A lot of the guys here, they're very interested in having sex and increasing their manhood and becoming more confident with women. One thing that I notice in my community is that women don't really know what an orgasm is, right? Now, essentially what's happening is, you know, I belong to a Muslim community and I talk to a lot of women there, and what I realize is the man is programmed to only want sex to have babies, right? He's not like, there's no pleasure, there's no this being intimate with a woman, right? It's more like, oh, let me just fuck this chick for 30 seconds and give her a baby, and then I will do it 9 months later again and get another baby, right? So like my grandfather, for example, he had like 15 kids, right? And my dad told me that, you know, Dada, which is grandfather, he wasn't like having pleasure. It was like, how many babies can I have to help me with my farm or restaurant? You know, my grandfather had a restaurant. So how many babies can I get so in the future they will help me with my business? It wasn't like, sex wasn't something like, oh, let's have an orgasm, let's be together, let's do foreplay. There is no foreplay in my community, right? So a lot of women, they are dissatisfied, right? They're not able to get that pleasure from a man like a lot of girls in the West are able to get. Now, is that the same in your culture?
I haven't been in my country for the last 3 years, but I still talk to my friends who told me that, so back then, when I was growing up, I had friends who were very good girls. So we were not...
Were they?
Well, they're there still. They're still good girls. But, so we won't go to the clubs, we would do, but
bad girls go to clubs.
But we won't drink, we'll just enjoy ourselves.
Right.
So, but what I know now, everybody were doing everything what people do in the West. But nobody talks about it. So let's see, when it comes to the sexual intercourse between female and male, so they do everything as a Western culture.
I see.
But guys won't talk between each other and tell them that they go down on the female.
Guys won't even tell each other.
Won't tell each other because they are so scared, so afraid that their masculinity will drop. Because as a man, you shouldn't do that. Girls should do everything for you, women.
Very interesting. So going down on a girl is kind of frowned upon, but like regular sex is fine.
Yes.
So like if you get a blowjob, that's fine. That's like you dominated the girl.
So the families who who's old, more conservative, they don't like the idea of doing all this because you know what they say? I have a baby and how I'm gonna kiss my baby after this?
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, I see.
That's cute. Well, this is what they think. And your belief is stronger than any pleasure.
You know how weird I am? I asked my grandmother if my grandfather gave her, if she gave my grandfather a blowjob.
What'd she say?
I actually asked my grandmother that, and she didn't say anything. But I did ask.
It means they didn't. Otherwise, when they don't do, they will try to, they will start screaming, no, how can you think about it?
No, my grandma is really cool with me, but I still have yet to find out, but I did ask her, and because I was wondering, back in the day, like 60 years ago, was like blowjob, you know, in my culture, did that exist? But
it did exist, I think, because
I mean, it has to.
Recently, I was watching a documentary about the sacred art and this
of blowjobbing.
No, the sculptures of the ancient times, and they had like a wall with you know the sculpture wall, but half inside and half like outside.
I get it.
And they were showing all this female and male doing the blowjob, and the man is like doing the
69.
69?
69.
That's how you call it?
Yeah, 69.
It's good to know.
Oh my god, I taught her something.
So, yeah, I saw that. And then it blew my mind because I always thought back then it was very close. But apparently it's not. So I'm sure even the Muslim cultures, I think whole world does that, but just certain cultures talk about it. Certain cultures do not talk about it. Like Latin cultures, always very passionate, open, and they're all about the sex. This is how the culture is.
Right.
And our culture is more about being cold, being more of having a status.
Right.
So they won't talk about it. But I'm sure behind the closed door.
Speaking of closed doors and cultures that continue to walk, this idea of domination, right? So this idea that a man has to dominate the woman in bed, right? So this happens in Eastern Europe, you know, Russia and Serbia and Slovakia. Women really like to be dominated. Now, I don't mean like in a bad way, but they just like very manly men, and they want to be submissive. They want to be kind of below the man because it's more feminine, right? And a lot of girls that I've met that are from Eastern Europe, they behave this way. They want to have the man kind of dominate and lead the interaction, right? But then you get a lot of American girls who are like totally bitchy, and they just like, they think they're more than they actually are, right? And they're not even as pretty as the Eastern girls, the Eastern European girls, and just Asian girls in the world, right? And even the Latin girls. So what is it about the Eastern culture that allows this to happen, and how can we bring that shit to America?
Wow, this is very interesting. So the difference between Western culture and Eastern culture is, so our power in Eastern culture is our weakness. We thought that man has to be more dominant, but also our grandmas, our mother would tell us that our weakness is the power. So we like to be weak.
Wow.
And that way you kind of seduce a man, because men like to feel masculine, like to know his power, and women, smart women, will let him be masculine, tell him how great he is, how powerful he is.
And then he'll buy her stuff.
Yeah, but right now, everybody talks about the feminine rights, that we're at the same line with male. It's great. It's great, but we're missing this essential, the nature, because women, well, I'm not going to be offensive right now.
You should be.
But women are much more not smarter, but she's more
dumber.
No. Even the earth is a female, Mother
True.
Earth, and Mother Earth cares you, gives you a life, gives you everything what you have around you, every air. And now it's you can compare that to the female.
Okay.
Every female that you see every day, she has that inside of her, but not everybody is allowed to that come out. And smart women, the ones who have beautiful husband, kids, and of course I'm not talking about this life, black and white pathos. Everybody has that. But I think it's important to be a female, and this is when you win over. You keep the balance when you're more feminine, and this is how our nature created us.
Right, right. So you think modern society might be offending that nature or going against the nature that is given to us by the universe? All this women being all bitchy. I mean, look, you go to a club here in America, a lot of women, they think they have some kind of right to just be bitchy and to just say fuck off to the guy. And a lot of guys who are watching, they are trying to become confident with women at clubs, at parks, at malls, at coffee shops, at Lincoln Park here, you know, Lincoln Road. And they get really, their self-esteem gets very low, right? Their ego gets destroyed because the woman doesn't even know who the guy is, right? He does this approach and the woman's like, psh, get the fuck away from here. And a lot of these guys, they're gonna cry, they're gonna get their soul crushed. But then my friends in Eastern Europe, or my friends in you know, I don't have friends in Kazakhstan, I mean, just you, but just in that part of the world, women are very different. They're feminine. You feel that feminine energy. A lot of you are probably feeling her feminine energy right now, even though you're not here, right? And I felt that personally between Eastern and Western women. So do you think the modern world, especially in the West, the modern world is countering that energy of the universe? Is it really bad?
So, you know the saying of pussy rules the world? So those bitchy girls takes those words literally, but they miss the
penis rules the world, actually.
No, it's not true. It plays some role. No, it's half and half. So, yeah, as they take that literally, and they act bitchy, and they go the other way instead of going this way, taking it as a powerful weapon to create a beauty, harmony, and let the men know. If you're not happy, how a lot of women say men are assholes, they don't know how to treat women, and they are all cheaters.
It's true.
But you are the female, the one who shows him how to do, how to behave, how to take care of you, how to treat you.
How to dress well.
If you want to get I think my yoga teacher, my first guru told me, you show the men what you want, what makes you happy. Because for men, the most important thing is make you happy. Through your happiness, man gets his own happiness. So this is, it means the 80% of the responsibilities on the female. And when the females are even males sometimes doesn't act this way, the way some females act.
All right. No, I agree 100% with you.
So they have to show, you want a flower, I don't know, do something beautiful for him, show that. Show that softness. Make him not make him, but show him what you want.
Right.
And
make it clear.
If the man
make it clear.
Worth it, he will do it. If he doesn't worth it, you move on. But you don't need to be bitchy about it and think that every man is the way that was your first guy who broke your heart?
First asshole.
Yeah.
I see. Now, 2 topics left, 2 questions left. The last one's gonna be really interesting, but this one, okay, right now you're talking to a guy who just got his heart broken by a random girl. Not some girl who he's known for years, just like some random bitch in like some street. She's like, oh, fuck off, I have to go, whatever, meet my friends, and like, she really insults him. Now his heart is crushed. What do you say to inspire him for greatness?
First of all, who is that girl? She's just a stranger, random stranger. You are the most important thing in your life. You know what you want. You want to meet beautiful, very genuine, kind girl. This is your goal. And I think it's very silly to get offended, get upset over some stranger, a girl. I think it's very simple.
Got it.
She's not. So you're not supposed to let someone in the street play a role over your emotions, because you are the greatest thing in your life, and you have to learn to do not
be a man.
Take seriously. Let it go. Those people who are not worth it. And be more drawn to people who's the way you are, because like attracts like. Who you are, you will attract the same people.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. That's great. Very well said. Thank you. Now the last topic is about, this entire fucking channel is about testosterone and male hormone, and a lot of the things I talk about have to do with confidence, and not just inner confidence and energy, but also muscle mass and body fat and getting morning wood and erections and sex drive and all that stuff, right? But from you, what I want to ask is, how do you define manliness? How do you define masculinity, male energy, manhood? What is it that you look for in a man first, and what is something that attracts you?
Being a gentleman is very important. Usually classy women, very soft women, they are attracted to a gentleman who knows what they want, but at the same time, they're very careful with you. And personally, I don't care about muscles. Sometimes, most of the time actually, they scare me. When I see a guy fit, all this, wearing this, top that shows all his muscles, and he walks with this, it's like a, this, the superhero character, green, what was his name? Hulk, like a Hulk.
Hulk, yeah. The Incredible Hulk. Damn.
I'm actually afraid of them. For me, it's not a sign of a masculinity.
Okay. Can you feel, just through, in 10 seconds, 5 seconds, can you feel masculine energy, and how?
Well, I have my own way. When I walk just in the street, first, I don't pay attention to every good-looking guy. But sometimes, once in a blue moon, I see people who are something about them. I just cannot take off my eyes. And usually they are the way they just stand, the way they just look.
The way they hold a selfie stick.
Yeah, it just attracts me. And then end up they're always very confident, men who knows what they want, who knows how to treat the woman, and very I don't know the word.
Selfish.
No, not selfish. No, they're not selfish. Maybe sometimes, yeah. Maybe I'm attracted to a little bit of selfish.
Selfish is good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now the last part is going to be a rapid fire round. So basically what happens is I tell you one word, and whatever comes, you just talk.
Okay.
One sentence, one word, 2 sentences, whatever. Favorite exercise?
Jumping. This jumping with rope.
Jumping on the bed?
Jumping on rope.
Okay.
Rope jumping.
Okay, okay. Healthy food.
Superfoods.
Be specific. What is superfoods?
Superfoods like chlorella,
Okay.
goji berries.
We met at Whole Foods, so yeah, makes sense.
There's so many, like mushrooms. There's 3-4 species, kinds of mushrooms that are super healthy for you. That you don't even need to eat the regular food. You can just live off them.
Okay.
Drink plenty of water, coconut water, those superfoods, shakes. That's it. That's all you need to survive.
Next word. Testosterone. Wow, that took a while.
Yeah, I don't use that word in my vocabulary often. Actually, you are the first person. I went to YouTube and I saw that testosterone.
Okay, well,
I don't know, it doesn't mean anything to me.
We'll skip that one. The perfect man.
Perfect man will be the man.
Hulk. Okay.
Will be the man who shares my view of life.
Wow, so you're the selfish one now. I see.
No,
Well,
will be both. It's not a selfishness. We just get along together, sharing the same interests in life, and we go together to discover all those hidden mysteries and treasures of this incredibly amazing universe.
I understand.
Universe, I mean it, including the earth, air, everything around me, him, the camera, myself.
And this amazing smell that you have. Okay, so that is it for this video. Want to thank you.
I want to thank you.
Once again. So this has been an amazing mastermind with the greatest model from Kazakhstan ever to have lived. You're gonna do amazing things. She's already doing amazing things. And all of you who have questions about anything in terms of inspiration, about the East and the West, and about getting motivated for life, about telling that bitch to go fuck herself when she tries to diss you.
No.
Comment, ask your questions. I will not answer your questions, she will. And she's been very nice. We will continue to do more masterminds in the future. Post your questions below. Subscribe. She's gonna have a YouTube channel soon, so we will let you know what that channel is. This is Doc Testosterone, and we will see you next time.
We'll see you next time, and I hope you consider all those thoughts that we're trying to reach through those thoughts.
Will do.